Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the John and Bob Sports Show. I'm your host, Bob Sharp, alongside my other host, John Truncali. And out there in radio land or TV land or YouTube land, we have our other co-host, Andre, the Italian god Sala. You know, Andre was there when Nero would like set Rome on fire. Andre goes, that's not going to be a good idea. And Nero says, Andre, what do you know? Why? I do know that I still want to live here in 100 years.
Yeah, I think Andre may have helped.
Yeah, no, I think Andre was holding Nero back. Yeah. And our other co-host, who when he was born, the first words out of his mouth were Mr. Ray Sandoval. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are we doing today? Everybody? John's doing bullet. All right, so let's get this thing started right.
Agent on.
John's doing bullet? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, before we get started, a little interesting fact yesterday that kind of blew me away. The Kentucky Derby this year on Saturday, every horse in that race was a descendant of Secretariat.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Secretariat had sired over 6,000 horses, but every horse that ran in that race came from Secretariat.
Yep.
Is that a trainer or a horse?
Horse.
A horse.
Okay.
Horse. The amazing thing is that horse, the last time it won the Kentucky Derby was 50 fucking years ago.
Yeah. Secretariat in 1973 won the Triple Crown. Yeah. And basically it wasn't the tallest horse, but man, I think the Kentucky Derby Secretariat won by like 20 lengths, and then the Belmont was like 25 lengths, and then the Preakness, the last race, 31 lengths.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody could catch Secretariat. And that was just, oh man, if you've never seen the movie, watch the movie. But yeah, that was interesting to see that every horse in that race was a descendant of Secretariat.
Yeah.
Is that a first?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
It's nuts that happened. And for a horse, like you said, 50 years ago, that horse won 50 friggin' years ago. And his sperm is still floating around, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still breeding horses with Secretariat's like genealogy,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You want to talk about a stud?
Yeah, exactly. Secretariat was bomb. Although, John, just a little fact of knowledge. When's the last time somebody won the Triple Crown, John? Or a horse won?
Oh, just maybe 4 years ago?
I don't think so. I think they lost in the last race. I thought it was 1978.
It might have been, because I remember that one horse years ago. I can't remember its name.
I think they lost.
Preakness?
Well, that's the race it lost in, but I think
that's the I was thinking
the last horse to win the Triple Crown, I'm pretty sure was affirmed in 1978.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, because I remember a couple years ago they were hoping that one horse.
Oh yeah, it won the first two and then the loss in the Preakness.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
All right, John, what do you have for us today on the John and Bob Sports Show?
We're gonna go right to Mr. Andre Sala and get his.
Why me? I've been gone for 2 weeks. Go with somebody else.
Well, did you get a chance to look at your draft picks?
Yes, I did. I got a sheet of paper yesterday that Maureen got me from the computer.
Nice. Producer.
And, I'm really surprised that they went, according to the paper that I see here, this little list, they went pretty heavy on defense.
Yes, they did.
Especially linemen's.
Well, when they were going through the draft and talking about it, a lot of people were amazed that they didn't get like a left tackle in the first couple 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah,
because that was what they really needed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You did miss the excitement in Bob's voice, and me and Ray got to see it with their first pick.
Michael Williams.
Look at the grin on
From where?
The
University of Georgia. Go.
If this guy doesn't pan out the way you think he should, you better not talk about a Georgia Bulldog player anymore on this sports.
Come on, I will talk about it.
So he better pan out the way you think he's going to do. Because if he
Andre,
doesn't, I don't want to hear nothing about Georgia Bulldogs anymore.
If he doesn't pan out with the Niners, what he'll do is he'll go to Philadelphia and win a Super Bowl, because I believe there was 5 starting Georgia Bulldogs on defense.
Yeah. I think it's a good
those
pick
starting
for them.
5 Bulldogs now are going to be gone.
No, they're not. They're still all under contract because they're in their first, second, or third year.
Yeah.
And so next year, if they don't win, then what happens? So those
Plus,
Bulldogs.
in the 4th round, they got Smale Munden, who is a linebacker from University of Georgia. So Philadelphia keeps the tradition strong.
And if they don't win the Super Bowl this year coming up, then what?
Well, that's because the Rams beat them, and the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Or the Raiders.
The Rams only got one Georgia Bulldog. That means they can't win.
Come on now. We were only 1 play away from winning that game.
Hey, Bob, you know what?
Huh.
The Niners were only 1 play away from winning the Super Bowl. The Niners were only 1 play away from beating the Rams in the NFC Championship.
This is true.
You can't keep going by. We were only 1 play away. Because
that's right.
Every team that loses is always 1 play away.
No. Kansas City was about 100 plays away when they lost to Philadelphia.
Maybe that game, yeah. I believe in that game they were. But 9 out of 10 times, most teams that loses are always, you can always say they were just 1 play away.
Hey, if someone wouldn't have shut the lights off,
then the Super Bowl against
Niners would
Baltimore.
have won.
That still blows me away, and I love the fact that they quickly went right and blamed the internet.
Oh yeah,
like it's Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi took out. I was like, how the fuck's Wi-Fi take out the lights?
Yeah.
In the stadium, dude.
All that stuff's hot wired, man. They ain't Wi-Fi.
Yeah, somebody
unplug the lights.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Somebody tripped over the wires walking.
That would be fucking hilarious, right, Ray? Someone trip over a cable at the stadium, dude.
Accidentally just unplugged all the main fucking wires to everything.
Yeah.
It would be funny if that really happened, and then 100 people were just staring at this guy. Yeah. Plug it back in.
Yeah, because you sit now, there's like an extension cord going across this walkway. Yeah. Some dude coming back from getting a beer, trips and knocks out the wall. No one realizes it. The lights go off.
Yeah,
and then when he goes to plug it back in, when he goes to plug it back in, he's just 1 inch short.
Yeah,
making the connection.
Yes. All right, let's. So we got the 1st round pick.
Yes.
And then we've got your number 2 pick out of Texas.
Yes,
Texas
6'6", 332.
Big boy. He's a big boy, Andre.
I was trying to get some information on how fast they can run, what's their how tall they are, what's their weight, and unfortunately I couldn't get any information on that.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do that one of these days when I come over.
Andre, Alfred Collins is 6'6", 332 out of the University of Texas. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't worry about his 40 as much as his 10. Because all he has to do is go for 10 yards and tackle the quarterback.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's it. 6'6", though, huh?
6'6". That's a big boy playing the defensive tackle.
6'6".
Probably good run stopper. A good run stopper right there.
That's what we need. We need a run stopper, and we need another defensive lineman on the other side of Boza.
Well, I mean, but the cool part would be the 6'6". If you're playing defense, you put your hands up, and it's hard for the quarterback to see his receiver.
Yeah,
exactly.
Will he start as a rookie? Most likely, it says the 49ers have. Yeah, so it looks like he might get the starting role, Mr. Andre Sala.
Well, we got rid of a few defensive linemen that didn't do the job last season. Well, the season before.
He is a 2nd round pick too, so more than likely he's going to start.
Absolutely.
Round 3.
I think
you got Mr. Nick Martin,
round pick. Nick Martin,
linebacker out of Oklahoma State.
He might start because we got rid of Greenlaw, so we're going to need a right linebacker.
Yep.
And you guys got rid of your other guy, right? Too, Ofunga.
Yeah, he's gone, so we're going to need a safety. I just saw something this morning about Tufanga. He on a podcast he badmouthed Purdy
Yeah.
because Purdy's wants this money, or his agent wants this money, and he was just saying I didn't hear what he said. I just heard a TV announce the game, the game. The host of the show was saying that he was bad mouthing Purdy, that Purdy shouldn't, and we all agree, Purdy should not get in $50 million bracket.
No,
we
no,
all
no, no,
agree
no,
that,
no.
but that's what I think. That's what this
Yeah.
this guy was talking
35, 40 million.
Yeah.
about. Right? They were saying
You're
that
round,
they were
you're
saying that
round
if
3
Purdy,
pick, Mr. Andre. Your number 3 pick. Nick Martin, linebacker,
yes,
Oklahoma State.
that's what we were just talking
fast.
about. I thought we were just talking about him, that we're going to need another outside linebacker, and
Mhm.
since Greenwald's not there, hopefully this guy could fill in the spot and help out Warner, at the linebacker position.
Round 3, number 100. That's always a good pick, huh?
We'll see.
Cornerback, Western Kentucky.
Upton Stout.
Alton Stout. Look, he's checking his notes. Our producer, Marine, helped him out.
Yes. Good job, Marine.
Good job, Marine. You're going to get a raise. No, you don't have to cook Andre dinner one night out of the week.
Exactly.
She does anyway.
He does anyway.
See, he's a cornerback. Well, we need one. We need one.
Because you lost Shavarius Ward. You lost.
Where is Ward's not there?
Rock Yinson.
Yeah, Rock Yinson and Isaac Yidam. Yeah, but you lost Shavarius Ward. Yeah, so you need help on the corner.
Exactly. And we're going to need someone to fill in Tufunga's position also.
Yeah.
From safety, which I don't think they have.
And round 3, number 113th pick. We're not going to go through all these because what you guys have?
Yeah, let's not go through them all
picks.
because there's other stuff to talk
Yeah, we're not
about.
gonna go. We'll go up to 5, or no, we'll go up to the next one. CJ
West.
A defensive tackle, Indiana. Doesn't say how big he is, but I'm sure he's a big boy.
Yep.
He's a defensive tackle, so I'm sure he's around 300 pounds, 280, 290.
Yeah.
And then Jordan, what was it there?
Jordan Watkins.
Wide receiver out of Ole Miss. They're trying to maybe rekindle that pick from Ole Miss many moons ago.
No, Jerry Rice was Mississippi Valley State.
Mississippi Valley.
That's right.
Jerry Rice was he was from an HBCU, Mississippi Valley State.
It won't happen then, Andre. Don't worry about it. It won't happen anyway.
No.
And number 5, the last one, Jordan James, a running back out of Oregon. Are you?
I'm surprised that they got him because the last couple of years, Oregon's been having a real good running game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those guys are just fast. I don't know what are they doing, but their running game has been fast, just like the guy from Boise,
Ashton Jincy.
Yes,
Ashton
and the Detroit Lions.
Raiders.
The Detroit Lions running backs are just as fast.
Yeah, Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that they were able to get this guy as a running back, that somebody else didn't pick him.
Big money went to your tight end. Worth it?
Kittle.
Yeah, I think it was a smart move. Huh? A lot of money too, man. Kittle's agreed to a 4-year, $76.4 million extension with the 49ers.
Yeah, but that's only like $19 million a year.
Yeah, $19 million a year.
19.1 million a year.
Ray's like, hey, don't forget the 0.1.
0.1, baby. That goes to taxes, right, Ray?
That's important because that 0.1 makes him the most paid tight end, just above tight end McBride at 19 million.
Okay.
Yeah, but wait till Brock Bowers' contract is coming up.
Yeah, I think
Tell him, Bob. Tell him, Bob.
Brock Bowers is.
You already know.
Yeah, but then what they're going to do is they're going to redo Kendall's contract and give him $1 more. Just to be the highest paid. $1 more. That's all it takes.
That's a good question, though. I mean, when his contract comes up, I mean, do you see him? I mean, depending on how their season goes and seasons go, and how they progress. Do you think you see him staying there?
Who, Brock Bowers?
Yeah.
If they're on a winning track and the money's good, absolutely.
Yeah,
How about
he
you,
should,
Ray? Think the same
and he
thing?
should get paid. He
Oh, yeah.
proved last year that he deserves what they give him.
Yep. Hey, Andre, what college did he go to?
Let me see. Was it Mississippi State?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, wrong bulldog. They're the dogs,
Oh.
DOG. We're the
Yeah.
dogs, DAWG.
Was it Gonzaga? Was it Gonzaga?
Gonzaga, that's it.
Gonzaga, baby.
That's it. Okay.
South
You're
Dakota.
killing me, Andre.
South Dakota.
Yeah. South Dakota State.
South Dakota State. Ray. Any comments or thoughts on the Niners draft?
I will say that I like the fact that they decided to go for a lot of defensive picks in the draft because that is who the Niners are. That is a big strong suit of who they've been, especially for, for I don't know, past like 10, 15 at least years now. But I definitely, it'll be interesting to see how the picks turn out to see if they can fill the position of need with the players that they've had leave in the linebacker position, safety position. But overall, I like the fact that they went defensive players. And the Kittle paying, he deserves it. So I like it.
Yeah, I well-deserved contract. I think and maybe I'm willing to bet that he seems like because I've watched the Netflix series with him. He seems to be a very down-to-earth guy, and he seems like he's the kind of guy too that will take less money to stay with the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, unless somebody offers you more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, it's a good fit. I mean, it really is a good fit. He's happy he got paid, so they can move on.
Yeah,
and more than likely that he would retire as a Niner with his contract, right?
Absolutely.
Sure seems like it.
Yeah, then we can.
I'm kind of glad that the Niners went defensively because it seems to be the trend now that everybody's going defense.
Yeah.
And then maybe the following year get a couple of offensive players to help out that offensive line. But it seems like a lot of teams now because they all every team follows what the other team did. And so most teams now are drafting, stacking up on defensive players, get that defense, and then you don't have to worry about it for 4 or 5 years. And then you could worry about the offense and start stacking on the offense. So I'm really glad that they did that because after last year when everybody gone and the defense wasn't playing well, you could see that they needed new blood in that defensive line.
And plus look what the Philadelphia defense did to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Kansas City was a great offensive team, but Philadelphia's defense was just outstanding. I mean, they were incredible.
Right. But then again, I always hear this thing about not just from us talking, but also on the sports talk show that I hear that, Kansas City did all this stuff without an offense. So if they don't have a good offense, the defense is going to kill them.
Look, anytime you've got Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback, you've got a good offense.
Yes, you got a chance.
And then you got the stripers on your side too, so that kind of helps too.
That helps.
You got the zebras on your back.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick, touch your head. I'm sorry. Who's talking?
I just want to say Kansas City is like the Warriors. As long as you got Steph Curry on your team, you got a chance to win.
God, you talk about
actually, last night, as long as you got Buddy Hield on your team,
though, that's the first time that I seen Buddy Hield play as good as he's supposed to.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think it helps when Curry steps back and lets somebody else take control. I don't think he had his first 3 until like the third period.
No, he had a 3 in the second late
second quarter in the first half.
But his first 4 threes were bricks. I mean,
Game 7 with the Warriors, I think you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Abdul Carter. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ray.
I was just going to say, at least they didn't throw the series because they had a lead and they almost blew it. So.
Yeah.
I had that feeling too yesterday, man. I was like, and then I didn't know if they won or lost, and I had to ask Alex. I'm like, Alex, did they win? And he's like, yeah, they won. I'm like,
Oh no, I was watching the game with my buddy Lee, and I'm like, okay, I could not be a ref in today's NBA because I'm watching all the travels, the fouls, the carrying the ball. I'm looking at Lee going, remember back in the day when they called this stuff? And Lee's like, yeah, the game's not the way it used to be, man. It's just like, and then they weren't calling fouls. It was like a scrum underneath, man.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
like, where's the foul? This guy's like molesting this guy. You know what I mean?
When they
That looked like, Bill Lambert days.
You don't know how to go.
When they were playing in San Francisco at the Chase Stadium,
Yeah.
no matter what the Warriors did, it was a foul.
Yeah.
No matter what they did, it was a foul. And then in yesterday's game, like you said, there were people getting mugged and they weren't calling fouls.
Yeah.
Well, so that one technical that they called on Draymond, he did hit that dude. I mean,
shit.
He hit the guy. You can see his offhand.
When he hit him in the neck.
Draymond,
Yes, that should have been a technical.
Yeah, that looked intentional, man. That's fine though.
And I'm surprised he didn't get thrown out.
Is floored that Abdul Carter is daring request the former Penn State pass rusher whom the Giants took number 3 overall in 2025 NFL draft is pursuing the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor's number 56 jersey. Dude, when I read this and I knew this was going to happen I guess it was rumors talked about it a week ago or whatever. I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Okay, look. If I'm Lawrence Taylor and Abdul Carter wants my number,
earn it.
I'm going to go ahead, man.
Oh, no way. Earn that fucking number.
Go ahead. No. Well, I mean, come on, look. He wants to earn it, but you can't be a different number for 2 years and then switch. If the guy wants to come in and says, look, I want to be great. I'm going to be great for you guys. I want to wear 56. If I'm Lawrence Taylor, I'm saying, go ahead, take it, brother. It's still my it's still my number. It's still retired under my name.
Right.
Go ahead, player. You take 56 and you ball out.
Nope. I'm sorry, Bob, but
go ahead, Ray.
Does not get that number jersey. Even Phil Simms, even Phil Simms said, no, you can't have my jersey. I'm sorry. There's no way that a guy comes in and
Lawrence
says,
Taylor.
I want your number.
Lawrence fucking Taylor.
All right. So if I'm Abdul Carter, I'll say, look, I'll play my ass off at outside linebacker, and I promise I won't do cocaine during the game.
Okay.
Can I wear your number?
Or go to jail. Or go to jail for
Let's get the Gen Z thoughts. Gen Z.
I'm sorry. He does
You're not Gen Z. You're not. You be quiet.
You're a boomer.
You're a boomer. I want
Ray's thoughts. Deserve that jersey. Even if he plays great for 5-10 years, he does not deserve that jersey. Period.
All right.
Go ahead, Ray.
All right, Ray. What are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, I agree with Andre on this. I think there's certain players that are just they were so elite in what they've done and what they've accomplished in the NFL or just even in sports in general. Like for me, like Kobe Bryant, the number 24, and 8. Like I just think there's certain players that it only means so much. And it's like, what have you accomplished or what have you done to earn this? He's just
a rookie.
Entering. I know, and that's my point. Like, I don't know at what point you could say, oh, he's proven. And even if he got to that point, why would you want to switch at that point? But it's just like kind of like what he said, right? Like, just go make your own name, make your own jersey, make it known.
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean,
what happens if they would have gave him that number 56 and then he tears a ligament in his ankle or heel and he can't play no more?
The third game, he ACL.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if that happens? What do you do with that jersey?
Then he's not the most famous 56 in New York. That's all that happens.
All right, let me put it this way: I don't as the level in the NBA compared to where Lawrence Taylor was in football. I'm going to go Jordan. Okay.
Go
All right, let's go Jordan.
Okay.
Do you see the Chicago Bulls pulling Jordan's jersey down and giving it to somebody else?
Nope.
Probably not.
All right. Ray?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Andre?
Hell
You see them
no.
pulling Jordan's number off the rafters?
No, they don't do that.
There's no
And
effing way.
neither will LA do it with
With Kobe,
Kobe.
no way. Especially, well, the circumstances are a little different. I mean, Kobe's dead, but I mean, but is that a good comparison, Mr. Sharp, as far as legacy in each sport?
How about this?
Or should I go Pippen?
Well, no, I mean it's based on each team
Right.
and how they played for that team.
Yeah.
Because there's only one jersey that nobody can wear in one sport. In baseball, nobody can wear 42 anymore.
42, right?
That's Jackie
Right.
Robinson.
So wouldn't that be the same thing if some rookie went up and said, "I want to wear number 42"?
Oh no, they're not going to let him. No rookie on any team can wear Jackie Robinson.
That's never.
But I'm telling you right now, I mean, Lawrence Taylor's great, 56. I don't see a problem with it if Lawrence Taylor gives his blessing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, then it kind of throws everything out the window. If Lawrence Taylor says, "Hey, you know what, buddy, go ahead. Here's the number. Prove, be worthy of wearing this number."
Absolutely.
And you know what? If Lawrence Taylor did that, then he's not a man of his word or a man of his character because he's
Lawrence
giving away.
Taylor. Lawrence
he's
Taylor
giving-
did not ask the Giants to retire his number.
Yeah.
Well,
The
he doesn't
Giants
have
did
to
that
ask.
for him.
He doesn't have to ask. The
But
team
if
does
I'm
it
Lawrence
automatically.
Taylor,
But
and the kid
he's-
goes,
Yeah.
"Hey, can I wear your jersey?" And Lawrence Taylor gives
then
his
Lawrence
blessing.
Taylor will
Yeah.
not be considered as the GOAT. Because right now he's considered as the GOAT.
Yeah, he's the
If
goat.
he gives up his number to somebody else, then he shouldn't be
Look,
guaranteed.
he's Lawrence Taylor was awesome. Lawrence Taylor's not
You're right.
the goat at
I
linebacker.
agree. I think we
Lawrence
all
Taylor's
agree.
not the goat at linebacker.
What, 132 and a half
I think
sacks?
we all agree with that, Bob. I think
yeah.
we all agree that he was the best linebacker ever.
He
I
wasn't
top
agree.
three.
We all- but
Top-
if
top
you
three.
give up your
Top
number, if
Right.
you give up your number to some Mickey Mouse guy that hasn't played one down yet, then you shouldn't be considered the GOAT. You're giving away your legacy.
Has
Yeah.
nothing
You're
to do
giving
with it.
away your legacy to some guy that hasn't played a down.
Has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But okay, I can respect your opinion.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
I think it's a pretty touchy subject. But for my take on it, I think it's a number that shouldn't be given up. For number one, I understand what Bob's saying. Lawrence Taylor didn't ask for them to retire it, but the fans did.
Sure.
So if the fans, I put it up to vote. How about that? Ask the fans.
But John,
You
you
know?
know what though? No,
Because
no
I think that's
player-
who's going to get mad, Andre. That's what I think is going to get mad.
But
is
just
fans.
listen though. No player asks the team that he's playing for retire my number.
No, they
No
don't.
player does that.
Right,
The
right.
team itself does it
I
as a
understand that.
respect to you for playing
Absolutely.
great for
Yeah,
them.
because you had a great career with him. You were one of the
That's
best.
right. So if you
Right.
give up your number, that means you didn't have a great season. You didn't have a great year. You didn't have a great legacy.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I can see your point. Okay. But if that's where we're going with you were so great when we retired your number, what the University of Colorado did then is bullshit.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
retired Shador
That
Sanders'
should have never
number.
been. That should have never
Exactly.
been.
Why?
That should have never happened either.
That should have never happened.
Right.
I
If
mean,
you
we all
really-
know why it happened, right?
Still,
Yeah.
but if you're going to retire somebody a quarterback's number, retire the number of the actual quarterback who won a national championship.
Yeah. Brought
You're
brought
right.
a national
We
championship.
agree with that.
Yeah.
We're all in sync with
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
It's the
I just-
university for letting him do
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't see a problem with it. That's
Ray,
all.
what were you saying, Ray? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying we all know why his jersey got retired.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I do too.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I think it's the team and I think it's the fans. I think the
Right.
fans are the ones that are going to get upset. I think the Giants fans are going to be like, hold on,
But-
wait a minute.
But Johnny,
Yeah.
the kid's from Penn State.
I don't care if he's from Penn State. I mean, that's like me. That's like me walking into Crime Guard and
Mhm.
going, I should be number one now because I'm here.
Okay.
I should be the president of the company.
Well, yeah, there you go. I like that one too.
Yeah. Well, okay. You put in the money, put in the effort, and put in the time. Okay.
I am the number one. I am the number one operator. I'm calling it. I'm going to walk in.
Weren't you the number one operator last year?
No, that's Jason.
Jason. I thought you were employee of the year.
I'm employee of the year.
You're employee of the year. Okay.
He's runner up. He was runner up last year.
You know what I am?
There it is.
There you go for this year.
Yay! Good
for
job, Ray.
this year.
Show him.
Hold on, Ray.
Show him, Ray.
Yeah,
I've held
winner.
one of
That's
those
what I
too. Okay, so wait, I've held one
Yeah,
of those
but
too. My
who
number
got-
been retired.
You want to touch it?
You
You want
I
to
don't
touch
want
it?
to touch it. It's
I
your
did.
dirty
I did.
hands.
You know what, Ray? John's trophy's in the past. Yours is the present.
No,
They
we
both won this
John's.
year.
We both won this year.
Yeah,
we
but,
both won.
but mine is with our work. Mine has to do with our
Yeah,
work.
Tracy, you can't be employee of the year.
John's employee of the year.
Yeah, I'm employee of the year. Yeah, I think it should be up to the fans. I think that's a thing that happens. I'm not saying that's that the fans force the teams to do that thing. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. But I think the overwhelming love that the New York had for Lawrence Taylor and everything he did for that team, 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
I mean, if I'm Lawrence Taylor, I'll be honest. I go, kid. Sorry. I mean, I worked for this.
Right.
This is me. This is mine.
So this is just a stupid comment, so I can keep this argument going.
Uh-oh.
So what you're saying is New York loved Lawrence Taylor better than they loved Pepper Johnson or Harry Carson,
Yes.
or who were fantastic linebackers on that same defense that won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but they didn't have 138 sacks.
Well, Harry Carson played middle linebacker, and if it wasn't for Harry Carson and Pepper Johnson on the other side, Lawrence Taylor would have got triple teamed.
How
He wouldn't have.
how many big time sacks did Lawrence Taylor have that won games for the?
I don't know how many.
A lot.
Name one.
Super Bowl.
Name one. Win.
Brady.
Who?
Brady.
Huh?
Brady.
Taylor was out of the league.
No, not Brady. What's his name?
Taylor was out of
Damn
the
it.
league.
I can pull him up because
Denver
Denver
or Buffalo?
Buffalo. Yeah.
Okay. Denver or Buffalo? You tell me.
I'll pull him up for you, Mr. Sharp.
Okay, pull him
Bob
up.
loves doing that because he knows I can't remember that stuff. So it makes him look smart, but he's really not that smart.
Okay, I'm not that smart. Okay. I'm just saying. Yeah, he sacked Tom Brady. No, that was Michael Strahan.
Listen,
but
from what I've been hearing, from what I watched while he was playing, he was like Steph Kerr. He changed the game.
He changed
the linebacker
He changed the rules.
He definitely changed. He changed that position with his speed and his size.
All right.
Okay, Lawrence Taylor is one of the best.
Time out. Let me throw one at fucking Bob here.
What?
Bob, the rookie comes into the Celtics to next year's draft and says, "I want fucking Bird's number."
If Larry Bird says okay, then
no,
okay.
you don't. Bullshit.
Oh, come on, Bob. You know you're just saying that.
No, you, Bob, would be out in Boston
No
with a
shit,
fucking sign
man.
protesting.
I would not. I would
No,
not.
yeah, you would,
Ray,
Bob.
where do
You
you
would?
Ray, where do you
From
see
what
Bob if that
from what
happens?
we've been hearing
Okay. Honestly, with Bob, the way Bob put it specifically, I get it. If the man himself gives the permission, basically the stamp of approval of the player, then what are we to say otherwise?
Right.
Yeah.
But
we're the fans. We're the people that buy tickets. We're the people that buy jerseys. We're the people that buy merchandise. We're the people that show up to games. We're the team. We're the people that represent that organization.
Right.
And by doing that, for me, if I were a Giants fan, and I'm not just saying this because I want to disagree with Bob, but I think it's a slap in the face to the Giants doing that to the fans. I think it's telling the fans, you don't matter. We're going to make this decision and we're going to replace that jersey. Now, what happens to all those people that have Lawrence Taylor 56 jerseys?
They still have Lawrence Taylor 56 jerseys.
The number's still there, and the jersey's
still there,
fine.
and the legacy is still there.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not taking away the guy's legacy because somebody else wants to wear his jersey.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
People see New York 56, they're going to think Lawrence Taylor. Now, if this kid is phenomenal and goes to the Hall of Fame, there might be a question, but you're always going to think Lawrence Taylor first.
Yeah, you will.
No one's taking away anyone's legacy.
Yeah. No, I know.
I think it's a diminish on his legacy.
Why?
Because you're giving it your number to a guy that hasn't played one minute.
Because he's a rookie. He hasn't played.
That's right. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
He hasn't proven anything in the NFL. Maybe
all he wants to do is wear a number.
We all know that in college, the game is different. than
Right.
it is from the pros.
Sure.
Okay,
Ray,
so
go
we
ahead.
all know
I
that.
can
So
see your eyes
maybe in
lit up, Ray.
college he's good,
What was
but in
his
the
number in
pros
college,
he's
Bob,
not.
you know?
I
Who
don't know. I
knows?
think 11.
Now
11,
another
yeah.
thing,
Which
Lawrence
is whose number?
Taylor
I don't know.
That's
has been
I'm listening. Go ahead,
retired.
Andre.
Lawrence Taylor's been retired what, for 10, 15 years,
Longer
maybe
than that.
longer.
longer. Yeah.
Okay, so now all of a sudden you're going to give up his jersey that's been retired for 20, 25 years. You're going to give it up to some guy that says, "Hey, I'm Superman. I want to be number 56, even though I
But
haven't played a down or a minute or one snap.
but if
I
Lawrence
want
Taylor
that
agrees,
jersey,
I don't see the point.
or I'm going to sit out and not play."
Okay, Ray, what were you going to say? Because I
I
saw
was
your
gonna
eyes
say,
light
like,
up.
okay, how would you feel? Let me ask Andre specifically, since
Oh, yeah,
you're
you're
like
right,
on the
11.
opposite side of it right now. What if a player came in, right, and their first 2 years, maybe even 3 years, they just played lights out, broke records, and just played like any other player, and the only other player that you could compare them to is that player specifically that they model the game after and want the jersey, and then they ask, you think that the fans would love it and then at that point say, yeah, he deserved it and give it to him? Because 2-3 years straight, this guy played like no other player and just breaking records, basically, right?
Oh,
And then ask for the jersey.
yeah, he ain't
Are you
getting that
are
number.
you giving him the jersey?
No,
I just checked to see what his number was in
No.
college, which is 11.
Yeah, he can't wear it because Phil Simms was number 11.
Phil's not giving him that number.
no, Ray. That man.
Phil Simms
that
was an average
once the
quarterback.
He was
jersey
an
is-
average quarterback, but that,
He won 2 Super Bowls.
yeah, he won 2
This is
Super
why they
Bowls, but he
retire
ain't
a
giving up
number.
number.
No, Andre still
They
thought.
retire a number that's so nobody else can use that number.
Right.
So whether he's been great for 3 years, 4 years, that jersey's been retired for 20 years, you don't
Yeah.
give it to nobody.
Yeah.
Period.
That's fair.
At least in my opinion.
That's fair.
I think
I
we're
like
going to
that.
be.
That's fair.
Now,
Yeah,
here's what
we're
I
all right.
want to say.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to say. A little while ago, John, you asked Bob about that jersey for
Bird.
Bird, and Bob
Yeah.
said, "Oh yeah, he can give it to him." We all know how Bob thinks. We all know
Bob
how Bob
loves Jordan.
talks.
I
We
mean,
all
Jordan.
know how Bob
You
thinks
love
about
Larry
Bird.
Bird.
He
I love
will
Larry
not
Bird.
give that jersey up. He will.
If Larry
he,
Bird,
he might say he's happy. Yeah, go ahead and take it. But deep down inside, he wants to say, "Fuck that shit. He shouldn't get that fucking number."
No.
Bah, 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 bah.
no,
That's
not
what
no,
Bob
no,
would
not
think.
at not at not
For
at
Larry
all.
Bird to give up that number, that kid would have to be super special.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Larry Bird was cool with it,
Yeah.
I'd be cool with it.
All right,
That's
I
all
don't
I'm
think
saying.
so.
Let's
I
get off
really
this
don't think
topic.
you would.
We all agree
You
to
might,
disagree.
but I don't think you would.
Yeah,
I would.
I think
I would.
Yep.
I'd be fine.
We need a little controversy in the show, so there we go. We got that out there. Mr. Bob Sharp,
Yes.
what happened? What happened to the Lakers, brother?
Oh, what happened to the Lakers?
I thought you were going to say what happened to the Celtics.
What happened?
Well, let me put it
No, the
this way.
Celtics are still in the playoffs.
Yeah,
They're going to the next round.
Let me change the question. What happened to LeBron James in the last fourth quarter there, fourth period?
Okay. So here's the deal. Okay. They had a question. Okay, and the question was, who do you want to take the last shot of the game?
Yeah.
Kobe, Michael, Larry Bird, or LeBron?
Yeah.
You realize that's not even close. Larry Bird. But they did stats.
Yeah.
LeBron has only hit like 3 game-winning shots.
I saw that too.
3 game-winning. LeBron is soft. I'm sorry.
Right.
LeBron he's physical. He's talented. He's soft. He looked like he was barely touched by a finger. He went down like he was fucking shot. Okay. LeBron is soft. Okay. And LeBron never shows up in the fourth quarter.
Nope.
And everybody else has to carry his weight. It's like James Harden.
Yeah.
The Clippers lost. And what did James Harden do again? Because they say James Harden's so great.
Yeah.
James Harden sucks in the playoffs. And James Harden, the Clippers lost because he disappeared in the fourth quarter again.
Yeah.
LeBron James, it's time for him to retire and get the show away from him.
Yeah.
Plus they played too slow. They lost to Minnesota. Minnesota is way too young, way too athletic. Minnesota just had too much height.
Anthony Edwards, man.
Right, Anthony Edwards, yeah, and everyone thought that Minnesota was going to be bad this year because they traded away Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle. But Randle played great. Rudy Gobert played great. I mean, they had the supporting pieces and stuff, and they made the Lakers look old and slow, which the Lakers are old and slow.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid of with the Warriors, with Houston being such a young team.
Right.
I think everyone on the floor yesterday was around 25 years old.
Houston has 4 of their starters are 22 years old again.
Yeah, and I figured, they're just going to wear them out here at Game 7.
Well, I mean, I was watching the game, and man, they were taking horrible shots.
Yeah,
and they were turning the ball over, I mean. Houston looked young. They looked anxious. They looked like they were not ready for a Game 7. They had plenty of opportunity. But again, you got experience, and Buddy Hield took over. Experience and Buddy Hield. You got to find that extra piece. Yeah. You got to find that extra piece to help you.
I think,
and the Warriors played like they have played Game 7 before.
I'll go to Ray. Go ahead, Andre. Go ahead, buddy.
One of the things that I kind of noticed a little bit was that this guy, Sagoon, for Houston.
Right.
I don't think he was there to play. I think he was there to try and get Draymond Green, get another technical, another ejection, and kicked out of the game for not playing. Because that guy, every time he got the ball, he was looking where Draymond is, and he was flopping his arms up like this, like Draymond was beating the shit out of him. I don't think he if he would have been there to play and take over the low post, that Houston could have won that game.
Oh, so you're saying he played like Bill Laimbeer did for the Pistons in the 80s and 90s?
No, Bill Laimbeer, he didn't play looking to get hit. He gave the hits.
Dirty.
He was looking to hit someone.
Was dirty.
Can I say something on the Lakers? Okay. So the one thing that you pointed out about the Bob, that you pointed out just a second ago about the Golden State Warriors series, is another thing I'd like to point out about the Lakers series, the turnovers. I was very frustrated with the amount of turnovers we had as well, and the lack of defense. I think LeBron is just showing, right? He's getting older. He's getting too old. He can't keep up with these young guys. He still makes, he still puts up a good amount of points sometimes. He might get maybe a block or a rebound or two, but nothing crazy at this point. And at this point, he's doing more harm than good. But the turnovers, if LeBron's gone, which he probably should be, honestly, I hope he does, retire after this year. Luka needs to get his stuff together, because in terms of the defense aspect, I love Luka as a shooter. This guy has a great shot. He has a really nice fadeaway. He's just good at scoring. Yeah. But he cannot play defense. And I'm tired of him whining all the time, looking for the foul, and not going downfield and playing defense. If you don't get the foul, you don't get the foul.
Worse this year than ever.
He's like James Harden.
Yeah. It's worse this year than ever before.
Can I say something about the Lakers game too? Since I don't know if you're done, Ray. If you're done, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Andre.
Some of the games that I watched about the Lakers, my opinion is the reason why they looked slow and not fast enough to keep up with Minnesota was Luka Doncic. Every time he got the ball, he did not look to run down the court. He was dribbling really slow and looking around where that guy from the defensive guy is running from, so he could dribble next to him and get a foul called.
Oh yeah,
he was not looking.
That's your typical Euro player, though.
Yeah, Euro player. It's James Harden.
That's it. And I think too is that, and that's why they kind of look slow. And the thing about LeBron, he goes all out the first half, maybe the first 3 quarters. Come the fourth quarter, he's tired. He plays 1 minute, he has to sit out.
It's like he doesn't want the ball in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
All the great ones wanted the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the ball.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the end of the game, he doesn't want the ball.
And it's like that with a couple of sports, right, Bob?
Right.
If you're football and basketball, if you're the best player on the team, whether if it's the wide receiver or the running back for football, or whatever position you play for basketball.
Right.
If you're the best player on the field and you know you're the playmaker and you know what you're capable of when the ball's in your hands,
and that's
you're
why,
going to want the ball. You're going to demand the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's why in yesterday's game between the Warriors and Houston, Steph Curry played 46 minutes.
Yeah.
He never plays 46 minutes. He's always sitting out the first 7 minutes of every quarter.
Passes last
Oh, yeah,
night.
And then he sits out maybe 1 or 2 minutes of the end of that quarter. Yesterday, Steve Kerr realized that he needed his star players out there.
No.
He put in Jonathan Dominga. That kid made 2 shitty plays. Out you go.
Kaminga, I was watching the first half, and Kaminga screwed up a play, and I'm like looking at my buddy Lee, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Andre, it made me laugh every time I hear that name, because if you take the K out of that part of it and just say Minga, we know what it means in Italian.
So Ray, it's the off season. What do the Lakers need?
Man, we need just somebody else to step up and fill in for a starting 5 position. I think that just LeBron's going to retire or should retire. We need somebody younger, somebody that's going to maybe somebody that's going to help us get boards or play good defense. I think we need another good defensive player. With again, like I said, LeBron being out, and not that LeBron's ever been, or at least in the past couple of years, hasn't been like a strong defensive player, but we're lacking defense. And if Luka's going to keep playing good offense, but not playing that type of doing the stuff he does, which messes us up and lets the team score and not play defense as well, I think we need somebody else that can get good boards or play good defense.
All right, let me ask you a question, because it came up. Some of the analysts talked about it yesterday, and that's about Bronny. And the take was that pick, that player being on that team, hurt their chances of moving forward in the playoffs.
Yes.
You agree?
Yeah, because it's too much drama. And seriously, for a kid who only averaged 4.5 points, didn't even start at USC, he had no reason being drafted. Yeah. Okay, if his dad was not LeBron, he would be playing in Europe right now, or he'd be playing in Australia.
Yeah. Is he still playing with the Lakers?
Yeah.
He was.
Because I haven't heard anything about him playing or sitting on a bench.
He put a whole 9 points up, Andre.
Oh yeah, no. There was a comment. He made a comment, I guess, after Game 4, and said, "If you guys would have played me, we could have won."
Oh Jesus Christ! Are you fucking kidding?
No, he did.
Yeah.
If play him over who? His dad, maybe. Yeah. That's about it.
No, what I would do, seriously, if I'm the Lakers, I'm going to move on from LeBron. I'm going to move on from Bronny. Get the Hollywood drama off my team. Yeah. I'm going to get me a big man who's a rim protector who can plug the middle so they can't dunk on my ass all the time. And I'm going to get me another wing shooter to complement Luka. Yeah, Luka can't play defense. Gotcha.
No.
But Luka can score. Yeah. But if you have another shooter who's really good too, you can, at least you can't double team him all the time and not make him be the sole person to like carry the team. But you need a rim protector. You need a guy in the middle.
Yeah, we have Hayes, but we need someone else.
So now
I like Hayes, but
well, let me ask you, Andre. Does Luka stay there if LeBron leaves?
Yes, he does. He signed a contract.
I think he will stay because now. I think he will stay because now you have only one guy that wants the ball all the time. Before they have to share that ball between the two of them.
What's up?
Okay, so and that's why I think there was a little bit of conflict or whatever because both guys cannot have the ball at the same time.
No. Yeah. So but look, I mean, the Warriors won 4 championships with Klay Thompson hitting threes, with Kevin Durant shooting, and you had Steph, but you had Andre Iguodala playing defense, right? So you got to have a couple guys playing defense. But so I'm watching the game yesterday, and what kind of really I miss the old school basketball, right? Houston's problem
So don't
was
say nothing bad.
whoever's dribbling the ball, the other four guys are standing still. There's no movement.
Yeah.
There's no. If you look at Steph Curry when he doesn't have the ball, he's moving to get open. Houston, every guy stood still while the guy with the ball had to dribble to them.
Yeah.
All right. You need motion. You need back picks for somebody to get open. But you're not going to win a lot of games with everybody standing still watching the guy dribble the ball.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah. And that's what Houston's problem was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. And turnovers.
Well, yeah, turnovers. Absolutely turnovers.
So,
yeah, I watched the highlights.
So now this trade that the Lakers made to get Luka and give away Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Does that look like a good trade now?
No, Anthony.
No,
makes a big difference.
No. That is a great trade because you're thinking this year. The Lakers are thinking 10 years down.
That's true.
Right. But the Lakers are thinking 10 years down the road. Okay.
Right.
They've got a bona fide star for the next 10 years. They're going to fill the arena for the next 10 years. That's why they traded for Luka. Luka is going to be the face of the team for the next 10 years.
And that's great. Yeah, but who are they going to get now as a big man to help them out? Because that's their number one problem right now.
Right.
Is getting a big man.
But if I'm a big man, if I'm a big man and I'm a free agent, right? And I'm looking around, where do I want to go? Who's going to pay me?
You are a big man.
Right? I'm going to look at the Lakers because the Lakers are set to win for the next 10 years at least. And you want to go someplace where you don't have to rebuild. The Lakers will always be competitive.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
They've got their marquee guy for the next 10 years. That's why they traded for Luka Doncic.
Yeah. I mean, are they still the number one market?
The story that I've been hearing is I haven't heard anything about LeBron retiring, but let's say he does. Let's just say 40 years old. Yeah. And now they're talking about trading Reeves to get a big man for Reeves. Sure. So you get rid of Reeves, you get rid of LeBron. That's about 35, 40 points that you're not going to get from your other players. Who's going to make up those 35 points?
But you're also, if you're giving up LeBron and you're giving up Austin Reeves, you're also giving up about 85 to 90 million a year.
That's true. Okay, I agree with that.
Okay, so now we're going to find out who is going to be free agent and who can I sign? Because if you don't have LeBron and you don't have Reeves, you've got 90 million. If you get three athletic guys, who can shoot or play defense, you can get those three guys for 90 million and become younger.
You want three good guys to help you win a championship.
You will get three.
You don't want just three average guys.
You'll get three good guys for 30 million apiece. Trust me.
And you think those three guys?
We don't want the Lakers better. We don't want the Lakers as Warriors fans. We do not want the Lakers.
Pardon me, Andre. I didn't hear you.
No, we want the Lakers better.
I'm just saying though, those three average guys might not give you a championship. Now you got a superstar in LeBron, and you got a better average guy in Steve Reeves.
Okay, Andre, let me ask you a question. Okay, just to play devil's advocate, let me ask you a question. So you've got LeBron, you've got Austin Reeves, you've got Luka, and you still didn't win a championship.
You still didn't win a championship.
You're right, exactly.
You didn't win a championship.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the point? Let's shake it up and let's try to win a championship. Maybe get three other guys who are younger, faster.
Right.
Maybe a couple of them can shoot better. Okay, but you gotta reload because what you have now is not working.
Yeah,
I agree.
Hey, Mr. Sharp, real quick, hold on, Andre. The host of the show must say hello to everybody on Twitter.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Very good.
Oh, hey, welcome everybody. Twitter, we are having an in-depth conversation about the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a spirited conversation, but it's one everybody needs to hear because we are honest, we shoot from the hip, and we don't have an agenda.
Yeah.
Okay? We got Laker haters, we got Laker lovers.
Yeah.
But it's a spirited, non-scripted, honestly opinionated conversation about the Lakers.
Stephen A. Smith
and everybody
that would be out. That would be on.
Everybody out in the Facebook world, Twitter world, YouTube world. May I introduce the legend of cool right here?
Bob, can I get a cup?
You can, Mr. Aristotle Nunez.
Damn, the government.
Yeah, we call him the big Aristotle.
Hey,
No one
hold
calls
on,
me
too,
that.
Bob. Check it
I
out.
call you that.
Ray and Alex had transferred Mr. Artemis into a Raiders fan, so we need to convert him somehow, some way, get him on our side.
No, that's cool.
Nope.
All right.
So what, the
Join a good
the
team.
Rams?
Be a Niner.
Nah, never.
Exactly.
Tell
Exactly.
Mark. Tell.
Hold on. You are from LA, motherfucker.
That- that's
The Raiders played in LA.
Raiders from LA.
You're
man.
from Philadelphia, John.
That was a
You're from-
blink. That was a blink.
John,
I was like,
you're
cool,
from
yeah, the Raiders were
Philadelphia.
here.
Yeah.
Um,
So wait. So
Tell him.
just to
Tell
welcome
him,
you here
Andre.
as
Yeah,
a,
you're
as a
from
Raider fan.
Philadelphia, John.
You ready?
Why are you
Ready?
being
John,
a
you
Raiders
ready?
fan? You're
Hey,
from Philadelphia.
Mr. Andre, you ready?
Hey, Ray,
Yes.
we're gonna welcome the new Raider fan here. Ready?
All right, here we go.
Oh, man.
Raiders.
Just win, baby. Just win.
Just win, baby.
There we
Just
go.
win.
There we go.
Darius Hayward Bay's got good speed. He's got good hands. I'm gonna
So-
take you number one.
Where's that
So,
bar
Bob.
again?
Bob, back to your question.
Go ahead, Andre. Go ahead.
So back to your question. Since
Uh-huh.
the last 3 or 4 years, whatever it's been,
Uh-huh.
the Rams, the
The
Lakers,
Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers.
the Lakers, no matter with what they've done, hasn't worked out for them to, to exit in the playoffs real early, or sometimes maybe
Right.
not even
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it.
Right.
So could that be maybe a front office problem?
Well,
Yeah.
it is. It is because success and failure always is pointed at the front office. Usually during success, they point at the players.
Yeah.
But it's still the front office that put the players together.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So if you look at when the Giants won the 3 World Series, we're Tim Lincecum, we're all for Madison Bumgarner, we're all for the guys on the field. But not one person is looking up at Larry Bear going, "Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, good job, Bear.
Yeah, thank you, Larry Bear. All right, thank you." Nobody
but when he
said that
loses-
on. Nobody said that on TV. And
Well, they have,
wait,
they have their
hold
own,
on,
like,
hold on,
don't
hold
they
on.
have their own little
Yeah,
rewards?
I know,
though?
but hold on here. And I think I should get some respect right now
Yeah.
because
Hold on.
I know who Larry Bear is.
Yeah, we all know. who
Yeah.
it is.
And I'm a Dodger fan. Okay.
That guy.
Okay. I need a little praise
All right, I get it.
for me knowing this.
I get
Okay.
it. I
Put
get
some
it.
respect in his name.
That's right.
Oh, baby. Oh,
Attaboy,
baby,
John.
baby,
Give him
baby.
a high five.
There you go.
Oh, dude, Andre, good call. I'll look for a high five.
Yeah. Hey, no, Andre, just give me the Italian salute. I'm good.
Hey, salud.
No, it's like this.
Oh, Andre went straight.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, what's next? What's
Monopoly.
the next topic on our conversation here?
Oh my goodness.
What's our next topic?
Oh, next, I had it somewhere over here, but I will have to find it. Again, we're all in agreement that the Lakers probably would have went a little further in the playoffs if Bronny wasn't on the team, and they actually had
No,
a better shooting guard.
they weren't going to get any farther, but that's okay.
If that guy never played,
I know. What's our topic?
All right, I forgot now. I think it was WNBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the WNBA?
It was WNBA. I cannot play the clip because I will get in a little trouble for it.
Okay.
But we have the new rookie at Indiana, the Fever. Bob, would you like to say her name?
What new rookie?
What new rookie? The twin. Hold on. I'm
was
gonna
she
find
the girl
it because
from
I
UConn?
got too many.
No, it wasn't Cavender. I mean, I didn't know that they got Sophie Cunningham now,
Yeah, Sophie Cunningham.
but she's not a rookie.
She's not a rookie. Yeah, she's not a rookie. But
Is she related to Richie Cunningham?
I think so.
I knew he was going there. I knew he was going there.
Go on.
Great.
Here's all the players I hear, John.
Yeah. No, I was going to go to the clip, but I don't think I can play the clip. But yeah, they the little bullying going on there, going Carol.
Oh, did you see that yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so
Hold on, let me mute. Ray
yeah,
Ray.
mute Ray. We don't want to hear him and Desiree arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're playing the Washington Mystics,
Yeah,
and the Mystics players are like throwing people to the ground.
yeah.
They're elbowing people, and it's preseason.
And Bob mentioned who wasn't on the floor because they were hurt.
Caitlin Clark.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that one chick actually picked Sophie Cunningham up and threw her to the floor.
Yeah.
It's pre freaking season.
It was just like,
Come on,
Aren't
man.
the
And
referees calling fouls?
I'm not. I just saw the clip of the game, Andre, because I didn't watch the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Washington Mystics are playing the Fever
yeah.
in an exhibition game, and it's just like it's like Washington Mystics are trying to be like the bad boy Pistons.
That's good.
Right? I mean, they were
not mad at that.
throwing people to the ground, they were elbowing people, they were bumping into people, and it just looked like they were outclassed because they were losing.
Yeah, they were losing. Yeah.
All I heard
right.
was in that game was that Caitlin Clark, long 3-pointer wins.
Oh yeah,
game.
that's they were playing Brazil in an exhibition game at
Oh,
the
that's
University
the
of
one.
Iowa.
Yeah, that was the
And she had the ball. She comes up court. She just crosses over half court, takes 2 steps, drains like a 35-footer.
yeah.
And the crowd goes crazy because
Yeah.
she was from Iowa.
Yeah.
There you
Do you think maybe it's not who she is? Could it be Steph Curry in Canigo? In Canigo?
Well, yeah, I mean, come on now. If Steph Curry was going to lighten his skin and become transgender,
Yeah.
it'd be Caitlin Clark.
I mean, it's just remember Garth Brooks when he started to go into a
Chris
whole
Gaines.
different genre.
Oh, Chris
of music.
Gaines? Chris Gaines,
Yeah.
Like nobody
Nice
knew.
knowledge.
Oh, like we didn't
Art.
know.
I love Chris Gaines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice knowledge.
We had no idea it
Chris
was Garth
Gaines.
Brooks. Now,
Oh yeah, you did.
yeah,
You know
no.
this guy.
Yeah, this is my ex-wife's blonde moment. She had no clue.
Yeah.
Katrina had no clue.
Get the hell out
No,
of here.
she had no clue.
No
She
clue
ran
of
out and
what,
bought that
John?
CD. She was so excited.
Yeah, try that, Bob.
Yeah,
You probably need
so-
some ice though.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, no, I'm
You had
good.
no
I'm good.
clue
All
of
right.
what.
I'm gonna start with Andre. I'm gonna
Do a
start
heavy
with,
pour on that,
Ray first
I'm just
here.
gonna do a test for it.
What do you see
Hopefully
needs
you like
to
bananas.
change? Do you feel that they're going into this new season with the same numbers that they got last year, or do you see an improvement on those numbers or a decline in those numbers?
For the WNBA's overall
Yeah.
viewers,
Yeah.
I think it'd probably be around the same, and maybe it might go up a little bit more, but I don't think it'll decline.
How about you, Andre? You
You
think
know-
their numbers are going to go up?
No, I don't think they are. I think they might go down a little simply because the wear
hype.
and tear of Caitlin Clark and all the other girls defeat the girl from that was from Louisiana that was giving her Caitlin Clark a bunch of
She
shit.
sucks.
I think all that shit is starting to wear out.
Yeah.
People are starting not to care anymore. So I think it's gonna go down a little.
All right, Mr. Bob.
I
The
think-
hype gone.
No. I think that the numbers are going to go up only because the numbers last year were great only when the Indiana Fever were playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that Kelsey Plum's going to LA,
Yeah.
I think LA is going to come out more to see Kelsey Plum play. I think Dallas, they're going to come in droves. Every home game should be sold out because they got Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
So I think with the influx of some of the new players coming in or some of the old players getting traded to new markets,
Yeah.
I think every market is probably going to have an increase in attendance and not just for Indiana Fever games.
Yeah.
I think Indiana's still going to be sold out. Matter of fact, that game against Brazil
Yeah.
and then Iowa, the average ticket cost was $650
That's crazy, man.
for a preseason exhibition game
Right.
between the Indiana Fever and the Brazilian national team. So I think if you look, don't watch just the Indiana Fever market, but watch the other markets where they've improved with talent or got new talent. I think Dallas is going to have an increase in attendance with Paige Beckers in the league on playing for them. I think Kelsey Plum's going to bring more fans out to LA because LA was horrible last year.
Yeah.
But all these players that got traded to different teams, those markets are going to have an increase in attendance.
And I kind of agree. I think it's really, unfortunately, it's really important that the major cities have good teams. The
Right.
New York,
Right.
California,
Right.
Dallas,
Right.
Texas,
Right.
Florida,
Yeah, so
Chicago. You
Right.
got to have. They have to have a market where those teams are actually in the playoffs or are playing well.
Right.
But I think they have I think with the influx of the advertising money they got
Right.
last year, I think we're going to start seeing ESPN, CBS, ABC,
Right.
all these networks starting to promote the games. We didn't get that before.
Right.
It may have been like, hey, guess what? Hey, there's a WNBA game in about an hour.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I heard, Andre, you'll appreciate this, the stupidity of this man. I heard a comment from Cam Newton over the weekend. Okay. Cam Newton, who's trying to stay relevant, I will say stupid crap to keep me in the news. Cam Newton. Oh, I already blew my nose on that. Thank you. Cam Newton said in 20 years, the WNBA will have a bigger fan base than Major League Baseball.
I don't know about that.
Because Major League Baseball is in decline.
It is in decline.
I don't think so.
But I don't see it surpassing baseball.
All right, because it's not going to surpass baseball.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Because baseball, I mean, look, the Dodgers have sold out for the last 20 years every game. They're 55,000 seats every game. They're sold out. Okay, the stands might look empty sometimes because the season ticket holders who choose to go to a Laker game instead of Dodger game. But that seat's already paid for though.
Yeah.
The Giants are always full unless they're losing. There's a lot of teams that are always full, but there's no way the WNBA will ever have more attendance than
I don't see that. I think there's still a lot of love for baseball in your generation and my generation. I think boomers and millennials, they're not millennials, sorry, Gen X, still have the love for baseball. And those are the guys, let's be honest, those are the ones who are buying the tickets.
Yeah.
Well,
they're buying the tickets.
all right. So my boss, his kids love baseball. They play baseball. You watch, look at all the traveling baseball teams. I mean, look at all the baseball the travel teams, the tournaments and stuff. A lot of little kids are still playing baseball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's getting to be an elitist sport because playing year round is expensive.
Yes, it is. Travel ball.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to bring this out. I was having a conversation with a
Should I
coworker.
put my finger on the button?
Nope, you should not. You're good.
Okay.
I was having a conversation with a coworker, and we were discussing overall race in baseball. And he said, there's more Latinos in Major League Baseball than anything else. There's not.
Yeah, I think they get mixed up with
he was adamant. He was loud and boisterous.
Yeah.
He told me I was crazy. I'm gonna let you guys figure out who it was.
Yeah, no, we know who it was.
Until I pulled it up, and sure enough, Major League Baseball is 50% white, Caucasian.
Yeah.
31% Latino.
Yeah.
7% African American.
African American.
And 2% Asian.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out Asians.
Shout out Asian.
Shout out to the Asians.
We're making a difference.
Hey, look at Ray.
Ray.
Are you sure it's 50% whites?
It's still
50% white.
Yeah.
Because every time I watch a game, I might see maybe 2-3 white guys, and the rest are all either Hispanic or black.
No. Look in the dugout.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, look at
And
Well,
then
in the
look
dugout, yeah.
And then look at the and then look at the bullpen.
Yeah, look at the bullpen.
Yeah, well, the bullpen, yes.
Okay.
No, I can't say that.
Yeah. Ray, Alex is going to, Art's going to give us the Filipino ping pong championship updates.
Yes.
they're
Gee.
killing it right now.
I can't wait to hear that, man. I want to hear that personally. Well, Bob, I got a question for you about baseball.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And it's not really a question about baseball. It's about the question that you've asked me a couple of times about why nobody wants to come and play in San Francisco, like the big ball hitter guys.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, well, it's because of the stadium.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you keep telling me, no, I think it's because of the city being dirty.
Yeah.
Okay. And now the yesterday's game, I was watching yesterday's game between the Giants and who did they play? I forgot.
The Giants played Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. Now, 2 guys from Colorado, back to back, hit the ball in center field, dead center field, and they were both triples.
Right.
And that because they hit it up Triples Alley. That's what it's
Triples
called.
Alley.
So they hit it there. Now, the 2 announcers were saying that those balls that will hit the triple alley.
Uh-huh.
One guy in 29 other ballparks would have been a home run.
Yep.
And the other guy in 26 other ballparks would have been a home run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to my thing that I was trying to say all the time is that the baseball players that hit a lot of home runs don't want to come and play here because they're not going to get the home runs like they would at Yankee Stadium
Right.
or at Kansas City Stadium
Right.
or Detroit Stadium.
Right.
And that's why the Giants have a hard time luring big home run hitters here.
Right.
And you kept telling me, well, it's because the city's dirty. And that's true. I agree. The city is dirty.
It's dirty.
But most of the ball players don't live in the city.
Nope.
They only come to play ball, have dinner, and then get the hell out.
Yes,
So
they
that's
do.
why
And
I
what's
don't
that?
think-
And what's that tell you?
I don't think it was the city.
I
think
no,
it's
no. All right.
because-
So the
I think
Giants
it's
too,
because they can't
that's a
hit
dope
50
team right
home
there,
runs
Ray.
a season.
but the Giants 2 years ago reconfigured the outfield where Triple's Alley is not as deep
No,
as
it
it
was
used
about
to be.
10 years ago
Right,
where
where
they,
it's-
they-
it's
where they
not
brought
as
in the
deep.
fence.
Yeah, I think it was 10 years
Brought
ago.
in the
But
fence
still,
about
but all
5
right. So,
feet.
but I mean, Barry Bonds broke a home run record playing in that ballpark.
But that wasn't hitting the ball in triple alleys. That was hitting the ball in right field. And he's a left-handed batter.
Right.
He's a left-handed batter.
Exactly.
And then he takes steroids.
Andre,
He did, but don't bring that up.
your owner, what is her name again? God, come on,
Lori.
Johnny.
Lori? Lori?
Isn't it Lori?
Bob
Lori,
Lurie? Where? Owner of who?
49ers.
Oh, it's
Oh, the Niners. You
oh,
got to
God.
specify because we're talking about baseball.
She
And
uses,
then, you
she
know,
uses her last
it's
name
York.
and her husband's
Yeah,
name.
It's York.
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 Yes. Announced a few days ago, get ready for your season tickets to go up very high. But
shit.
she is dedicating $3.1 billion into some renovations to your brand new fucking stadium.
Wow. We were talking about
Yeah,
that.
better
also
box.
being a-
Okay,
Better
okay.
box seats for
So,
the Yahoo gang.
so this is, I mean, where they built it's awesome. It's out of the way. You can go. It's easy to
Yeah.
get to. Blah 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 blah. But the way they set it up, because the first preseason game, they played an afternoon game, and 2 people died of heat stroke.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
there's no
Mhm.
shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the 3.1 billion is not going all into shade, and part of it is going into shade. Part of it is going into some other renovations in the stadium. But the big one, and I think you're going to be happy about this, is transportation.
There you go. Yeah, that's
You know, I don't get it. I really don't. You know, I understand how major cities want ballparks in downtown. They want the downtown stadium. They want that, which you got in San Francisco with the
Downtown,
Warriors.
yeah, downtown and no parking.
But you have some of the smartest people in the world, right? You got civil engineers, all these
Right.
people, and it's like they design this beautiful stadium. But where does the transportation part of it come in? And for me, it's like, you know, that should be first. Okay, location, number one. That's our location. How do we get people in and out? That should be the number 2 question, right?
Well, okay. So in downtown St. Louis, their ballpark's downtown, but across the street, you've got probably 8 parking garages.
That's good shit.
Yeah, that grabs you. That grabs you by the coat. And so
Told
what?
you guys might want some ice.
Yeah. So what I would do, seriously, if I'm going to build a downtown ballpark, but the closest parking's like 6 blocks away,
You're good. You're good. I go this
I'm going to have like a tram or a bus
Yeah.
go by every 5 minutes and help people get to the ballpark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, because a lot of people, older people, won't go because they don't want to walk that far.
Yeah.
You know, but I would run a shuttle every 5 minutes and drop people off from the ballpark, go back, pick them up, drop. I mean, and I wouldn't charge anybody for it because
Oh.
I would just make it easier for people
that
to
goes-
want to go to the ballpark.
Like included in your
actually
ticket.
do-
You
they
just got to show
actually
your
do
ticket. I
that
got you.
At AT&T, they actually do that.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
They have a trans that runs underneath the ground. It's the BART. It's a BART.
Well, no,
that
I mean, I'm not talking BART from across the bay. I'm
Talking
talking.
to the
I'm
stadium.
I'm talking
about-
I'm talking about tram. Well, yeah, a tram to the BART station,
Well, that's what they
like
have.
a bus.
They
A
have
shuttle?
they have a trans that you
Uh-huh.
catch it at the BART station, and
Uh-huh.
it takes you to the ballpark.
Okay.
And then from the ballpark back to where they picked you up. So they do have that. The problem at Levi
Let's do it
Stadium.
this way.
Huh?
There you go.
The problem
Yeah,
at
go ahead.
Levi Stadium is that they don't have that.
No.
They have a bus system that picks you up, I think down by First or Third and San Jose, and it takes
Right.
you to the stadium.
Right.
But they don't have
It's an old school cup.
BART that you could take
Bob already
BART
knows those cups.
and then get off at BART like they did at Oakland.
Right.
At Oakland, you take BART, you get off, and then you walk to the stadium.
Right. Yeah. You walk into center field, and then see, I used to love
Hey,
taking
John.
BART to Oakland
It's because I'm an old school dude.
because it was so convenient.
I got a whole set of those cups.
Hell yeah.
Pat,
But anyway.
blue ribbon. Hey, Andre,
Oh, shit.
funny story, and I love sharing this story because it's about your brother. And
Oh,
we would meet him
which
at
one?
the house, Joe. We would meet him at the house, for the games, and he would go. We're going to come to the house, park in the driveway. We would take the bus right to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember your brother. Every time we got at the stadium, I don't care what the score is. You be here half hour before the game's over. Get on the bus. He didn't even care. He goes, win or lose, half hour. Come here, stand in line, get into the bus.
Holy- You're missing the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah. He knew if you didn't get out there to get on that bus, you're
Right.
going to be waiting an hour and a half to get on the bus.
Yeah, you'll miss the first bus, and then you got to wait another half hour for the second bus.
And that one gets full. And if you're not in line,
Right.
That was. I'm sure we all have our San
Stories.
Francisco Giants stadium stories of leaving that place.
Candlestick Park.
Candlestick Park, going down 3rd Avenue, roll your windows up, baby.
Oh yeah. If you're at a football game, don't try to get on 101. You just take 3rd Avenue and you cut through the city.
Yeah, but you roll your windows up and you lock your door.
You lock your door. Or if you're gonna roll your window down, make sure you're listening to the rap station,
Yeah.
or you're playing some old school rhythm and blues, right?
One time, Marina and I, we were on the bus, and it cut through. I think it was Old Bay Shore, and it went down. I don't know, not inside the project, but real close to it.
Oh yeah.
And something happened in front of us.
And then it's
Windows
got that-
was being cracked, and bus
hard-
driver stopped,
like
and the
that,
guys were banging on the window, and the bus
Steel
driver was
company.
getting ready to open the door,
Yeah.
and we're all going, "Don't open that door! Don't open that door!"
Exactly.
That hickory.
Exactly. We were coming out of an A's game one night. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I couldn't get back on Hagenberger to get on 880. So I told the people, roll up your windows, lock your doors. They go, why? Because we're going to cut through Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to cut over. We're going to get on Seminary. We're going to come out on MacArthur, and we're going to get on the 580.
Right.
We're not going to stop at a red light. Okay, we're going to roll through it if we can. We're going to run red lights. Okay, because we're going to go to the deepest, darkest part of the hood.
Right.
But we're going to lock your doors, roll your windows up, and just hang on.
Hey, try being the guy. When I worked for Budget Rent a Car, I used to have to go to Oakland every day and work out of the airport office for a while.
Crap!
Yeah.
I feel bad for you.
So the first day I said, "Hey, how do I get there?" I asked the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, man, when you take you get the 580," and he says, "Take 98th Avenue, and drive down 98th Avenue."
Yeah.
I go, "Motherfucker, man! I'm driving a brand new Lincoln, brand new Lincoln. Every day I got to pick a car.
Yeah.
The second day, Ford Escort."
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going down 98th Avenue in a Lincoln Continental or a Lincoln, whatever the other big one was, Continental and the big L one.
Yeah, that neighborhood was so bad. They shut down the In and Out in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
They kept robbing the people coming through the drive-thru.
What do you guys want to talk about?
What else you got?
I don't think I got anything else, but we can. We already did that one. We about killed each other on that one.
Shout out, Desiree.
Shout out.
Oh, what's
to
this
Desiree.
one? Okay.
We already did that one. Would you like to put your input into that one, Ray? Art. Would you?
That whole numbers thing, dude? It's kind of ridiculous, bro. Like I agree with Bob or whoever was saying. I think he was saying make your own number legendary.
Oh no, that's the you agree with Andre.
We agree with Andre.
Yeah.
No,
like-
John said the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
John said
I'm the
the
same
same
way.
thing.
Yeah.
And I
You
think,
No, Andre, I'm just trying to give
I
you a little
think
credit.
Ray-
Okay.
I think Ray was half and half.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give you some credit, Andre. You know what I'm
I
saying?
already got credit. I don't need
Now,
credit. I already know.
I'm not really. No, who is
Hey, John.
is he a rookie? Who's the one
John,
that wants? Is
Abdul Carter,
Giovanni.
rookie out of Penn State.
okay, then
Giovanni,
yeah, no.
listen to me.
Giovanni.
Yes, sir.
Have a shot of tequila for me.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
then,
emptied it.
Desiree
man,
is
it's
going
empty.
to
No
fill that
wonder
up.
why you said yes.
Desiree is going to fill that up for me later.
Actually, right now
And then
we are
we'll get
all
to the Raiders
enjoying.
draft soon,
Yeah,
baby.
there you
Right
go.
now
Shot
we are
of
all
bullet.
enjoying some Howlerhead. With
Yeah.
Have a shot of bullet, John.
we are. He already had bullet. He already had bullet.
Come
And
on, have a
this thing
shot of
has
bullet for me.
natural. This thing has natural banana flavor
Straight up
I'll give you a
from
And
the
bit.
Bob?
Philippines.
from the Philippines.
I don't know if it's from the
Go ahead.
John, have a
Whoever
shot
said
of
Bob.
bullet. And Bob,
Yeah,
have a shot of
Shit,
Everclear
Andre's
for
just
me.
trying to get us all.
I've got Howling Head.
Yeah,
right
we're
here.
doing the
No,
Howling
I have a
Head,
shot of
man. Shout
Everclear.
out Monkey Spirit.
No, Ron, Andre. I did Everclear last week.
Yeah, we're not doing
Yeah, I'm not doing Everclear. Okay, you
This-
weren't
this
here
is
for the
about-
draft show when we
Ray?
all got hammered and plastered. Okay, you weren't here for the
Yeah.
draft show.
No, I was Ray. And you have a shot of margarita for me.
Margaret,
Ray's already taking a shot of what is that, Ray?
Ray's got something.
Gang,
Some
gang.
Tito's,
Bang,
baby.
bang.
Some
Tito's. Okay.
Oh, you got
Bro,
Tito's.
I'm on like
Tito's in the house.
I'm on like six shots maybe now.
Oh,
Jesus
you guys gotta catch up, man. There you go, Bob. Bob.
I want to catch up. So everybody have one shot
gonna
for
drive
me.
home.
All right, yeah, Bob's got to drive home.
You know,
Uh,
you don't have to say
let's
that.
go. Let's go. Let's go. A little MLB.
All
Let's
right.
go a little
Okay.
MLB.
Little,
Let's
Some more
go a little
MLB.
Let's start with the American League.
MLB.
Mr. Sharp
MLB.
is our baseball expert
From
analyst.
Niners, basketball, baseball.
We do
Yes.
it all.
Yeah,
we do it all.
Eventually, we're going to do
Hockey, right? Hockey.
no,
right?
no. Filipino table tennis.
They're kicking
Yeah.
North Korea's ass right now.
There you go. There you go.
North Korea is losing to the Philippines.
You can't
Yeah.
let North Korea
Bob,
lose. They might-
any surprises there in the American League East?
You know, the only surprise is because the Orioles were so good last year.
Shut up.
Why are the
Who
Orioles
cares?
in last place?
Um,
That's a tough division right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
American
mean,
League
why?
East.
I mean, come on.
Maybe they
that's,
just
that's
haven't,
I
decent.
was trying to remember. Good point, though, Bob. But did they start out hot, or did they get? I remember them getting hot like in the middle or in June, July.
You know what? I think they did, but the whole thing is they were in the playoffs last year,
Yeah.
and I didn't see them starting this bad.
Where do you think they belong on that list?
Well, if they played better, they should be up
If
where
they
the Red
played
Sox
The
are.
Red Sox? Okay.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least. But
maybe
but
they just haven't gelled. You know,
with
they
the
just-
Yankees, all that talent the Yankees have, it's surprising that they're 19 and 15.
Yeah. Again, we've talked about this on the show before. It's just having so many stars on one team
Right.
makes
yeah.
it so difficult.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but with the Yankees, I mean, you still got Judge, you still got Giancarlo Stanton, you've got Paul Goldschmidt now playing for them.
Man.
Paul Goldschmidt's like, I
Paul,
mean,
Paul
a
Golson,
god.
yeah.
You know what's
Goldschmidt was-
surprising about baseball?
Huh.
You can
Without Babe Ruth.
baseball. You could have 7, 8, 6 superstars,
Mhm.
but you don't control the ball. So
Nope.
it doesn't matter if you have 7, 8 superstars.
yeah.
Right.
It's the pitching on the other team that can stop you from either
Yeah.
playing good or winning.
Okay, so I heard this on KMBR the other day, and it blew my mind because I started thinking
Shout
about
out to KMBR.
KMBR.
Shout KNBR.
So this blew me away. It is baseball is the only sport when you control the ball, you're on defense.
You're on defense. Yeah,
That's
I
right.
heard that too.
Everybody else is
Oh,
on
yeah.
offense. When you have the
Yeah,
ball,
I heard that
Yeah.
a long time ago.
We listened to the same
yeah.
show.
Well, I heard it on KMBR,
Yeah.
so they finally got to it so I could hear it.
Yeah.
I heard
KMBR is
that a long time. And the way I heard it was in baseball, when you're on offense, you don't control the ball. That's the way I heard
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing
yeah.
of what you just heard it, just a
Yeah.
different way of saying
Yeah. So baseball's the only sport. But toward the end of the year, I think the American League East, I expect the Rays to be closer to the top. I still think the Yankees win that, but man, Baltimore, I don't know. It just blows me away.
I just think they haven't. I just
Started
don't
playing
think
well
that they haven't played good. You know, they haven't gelled enough yet. maybe,
Yeah.
or look at some of the Giants players that I've just heard yesterday. Is that it took like for Matos.
Yeah.
He's just starting to hit the ball good again,
Right.
where he wasn't at the beginning of the season. He's just starting to hit the ball, and then there was I think was it a pitcher or a batter that he had a shoulder problem? And he's
Shawn Michaels.
No, Sean, no, not Sean.
Shawn
Go ahead,
Michaels.
Andre.
Who the hell, Shawn
ahead.
Michaels?
The Heartbreak Kid.
The Heartbreak Kid. Yeah, no, I mean, with baseball, again, I mean, with the amount of games that they play and when you get hot, when you're not hot. And and again, I mean, the one thing I do like about baseball, and I think Bob will agree with me, is the underdog always has a shot. If you can get hot at the end of the year, and get yourself into the playoffs, and you're hot, and your pitching's doing great, you got an opportunity to be the last place team and still end up winning the World Series.
Yep.
I don't think you get that in any other sport. I really don't think you get that in any other sport.
No, not really.
No. American League Central, Mr. Sharp, Tigers.
American League Central looks exactly like it
should be.
look. Yeah.
It should be.
Oh man.
No, the Tigers were favored to win the division.
Yeah. Real quick, are you excited? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is true yet or not, or if it's bullshit. You know, again, sometimes social media can kind of trick you. But Washington Commanders actually moving back to Washington and actually going back to being the Redskins.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's fantastic because you had a very small population who were said that they shouldn't be called Redskins, but the majority of even all the indigenous people, they love the Redskins because it was a tribute to a chief from the Blackfeet Indian tribe.
Yeah.
Okay. There was like, look, you've got some Gen Zers, right, who threw a fit. It's racist because they call it everything racist now.
Well, we could ask a Gen Z right now who's also native,
So, Ray,
how he feels about it.
Ray, is the name Redskins offensive?
Keep in mind, not only are you asking a Gen Zer, but you're also asking a Native American.
Yes,
Okay, that's fine.
Native
Yeah,
American.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm asking a Gen Zer and a Native American.
Yeah, I knew that.
No. I actually was upset when they switched the name.
right.
I wanted them to keep the name as Redskins.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So there's a college, North Dakota State.
Yeah.
They used to be called the Fighting Sioux. Okay, tribute to the Sioux Indian Nation.
Yeah. Shout out.
They made them change their name too. And remember the voice of God?
Shout out Sook.
What was his name? Jake.
Oh, Jakey.
Jake, the voice of God.
Yeah, I need to get Jake back on.
He had like 8 hockey jerseys from North Dakota State.
Yeah.
And they all had the Sioux Chief Indian like logo on it. And they had to change their name. I don't know what they're called now in North Dakota State. Frankly, I don't care.
Jake is about 120-pound boy.
Yeah. But
he's got a voice of God.
Yeah, he does. He's real deep and heavy. Yeah. But there's also like Gustine. Gustine for 100 years was the Gustine Redskins.
Yeah.
And they had to change their names.
Yeah.
And, they don't even want people to use the name Warriors anymore.
How about them moving back?
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, going back to where they belong. And
So
I
you
can't
think they're
for the
gonna
life of
lift
me,
the
Bob,
ban?
right now, I cannot remember the name of that stadium for the life of me.
RFK.
It's RFK.
So are you guys saying that they're going to lift the ban and you can call them Redskins again?
Yeah, they want to go back to the Redskin name.
Yeah, they want the name back and they want to go back. This is the owner. The owner says he wants to go back to the original name and back to Washington.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
has he taken a poll to see if the public is going to
the public wants it.
Yeah, the public wants it. I think the NFL fan wants it. I think I think
that's another thing too. Who are these people who are complaining? Are they even fans or are they just offended?
They're just
offended. Are they even Indian?
No, they're
I mean, some of them were, but the whole thing is after the name change, a reporter went out to a Navajo reservation and he asked everybody, hey, were you offended by the Redskin name, Redskin logo? And they said no, because that was a chief from the Blackfeet Indian tribe, and it was a tribute.
Okay.
90% of the people on the reservation did not have a problem with the team being called Redskins. They did not have a problem.
Then that's a
But
green
the
light.
people who had problems were the Gen Zs who feel like they get offended by everything. I'm just saying, I think it'd be awesome to go back to the Redskins.
I agree, Bob. I agree, Bob.
What did it find, Bob?
It found you.
A stud. Let's get back to baseball. But I thought that was interesting. I hope that does happen because I do have Tim that does the Wednesday Night Live show with me, who's born and raised in Washington.
Yeah.
He's a hockey Washington. I can't remember the name of the hockey team.
It's kind of fun.
The Capitals, and he's a big fan of the Redskins, and he was really upset by the name change. And when you grow up and that's your team in the 70s, in the 80s, and you grow up,
it's kind of funny.
That was my cousins, my family. I have cousins that are my age, if not just a little younger, that grew up watching football and who were also Indian, and that's their team. Like on the reservation, like that was a good amount of their team.
Yeah.
And it was just for the simple fact that you could resonate to the fact that it was a chief, it was an Indian, like that. That's
all my
right.
All my 57 years,
they feel represented.
Yeah, they feel represented.
With
all my 57 years of my life, I only know one Redskin fan.
Oh, not me. Hold on. Go ahead, Andre.
That's all right. Go ahead. Let's go on to
No, you were saying something. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Let's go on to the next topic.
Go. Speak.
No, it's okay.
You've been gone. You've been gone for weeks, enjoying the boat life.
Let's go to the American League West.
Yeah,
American
go
League
to the
West.
next topic.
That is
The A's been pushing. They're pushing. They're staying in the game. They're doing what they got to do to win,
That's
Mr. Sharp.
surprising.
that's surprising.
It is surprising.
I don't
But
like those.
are we
I don't
all
like those
not
numbers.
happy? Ready? Are we all not happy that the Houston Astros are not doing that great? Are we all not?
Yes. And the Texas Rangers, they were supposed to win the division.
That's right. That's what I saw at the beginning of the year. And that's the thing. Look, we do it. I'm not gonna pretend like we don't do it. We do it at the beginning of the year. We pick our teams. We pick our wins and losses.
Yeah.
We're just fans, and we're taking. Andre is super fan who got the Niners going 17-0
Last year. He did 17-0.
But,
Oh, you know what? 25 of the 26 players were hurt all year.
yeah. And it's funny because we make fun of these analysts, but we do it to ourselves.
Oh, we do.
We're so off on our I picked the Raiders to win 10 games last year.
Go.
Did they win 10 games, Bob?
No, they did not.
That wasn't Bob that answered that. That was Ray.
This year,
This year, maybe.
that's our ceiling. Okay,
Yes.
that's possible. We will
And
get
you have
there. We'll be
you have
getting there,
more
okay?
and you have better tools to help you
Yeah,
win
yeah.
that.
9.5
9.5
We'll
games.
be
I see
getting
a
there
tie.
shortly. Okay, we'll be getting there.
All right. I'm surprised the A's. They were in the cellar at the beginning of the year, and they kind of making. And then let's remember. I don't know if this is the same thing that we've been grown accustomed to with the A's, but late July, August, that little run that they always make.
Right.
Who knows? Do you see them sneaking into the playoffs, Mr. Sharp?
Well, they play better on the road than they do at home.
Yeah, they
so we'll have to look at that. But the A's have always had a great farm system. They're pulling up kids. And the only problem with the A's is they don't have the budget to re-sign these guys once they get to the contract status.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the A's, I think the A's can be competitive the whole year. I don't see a problem with that.
Let's head on over to the National League East.
Let's get to where it goes. It's good.
Yeah, the Mets, the Phillies. Then I'm surprised at the Phillies. I'm surprised at the Phillies. Not so much the Braves. Man, maybe the
I'm
Braves.
shocked that the Braves are
yeah.
that bad. But with the Mets getting Soto and spending more money than God, except for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
The Mets are where they should be.
Do they ever get any slack for their name? Like, I don't know.
Oh God, no! That would
No. So
Bob's
during
got some
about the
stories.
time
Yeah.
that they wanted to get rid of the Redskins name, where everyone got offended at everything. The Braves do the tomahawk chop. And
Right,
so does Florida State.
So is Florida.
Where they go,
Let's do it all together. Let's offend all the internet.
So anyway, so the Braves did that. The Braves did that.
Shout out to the Braves.
Florida State Seminoles, they wanted them to change their name. Florida State gave them the finger.
Yeah.
And the Braves gave them the finger because they didn't want. They wanted to change the Braves name. The Braves gave them the finger.
There you go.
Anyway, you know what though? That was just a horrible period that I hate is over.
Yeah. Do you think though? I'm going to throw this out there, but being who the owner of the Braves was a big difference of why he said, fuck off.
Well, Ted Turner doesn't own them anymore. He sold them. And
But when they were deciding on,
yeah.
Ted owned it.
But see, here's where the people who get offended and the whole movement in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
This is the way it all backfired, right?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves were supposed to host the All-Star game.
Yep.
Okay. And Hank Aaron had just died.
Yeah.
What a great tribute to tribute Hank Aaron at the All-Star game in Atlanta. But then Stacey Abrams and her bunch of idiots had it up their ass that, George is and we shouldn't have the All-Star game here and blah, 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 blah.
You tried.
They transferred the game to Colorado.
Yeah.
All right. So there goes your hometown tribute to Hank Aaron.
Yep.
And there goes to over like $1.5 billion in revenue for business owners in Atlanta for people coming in for the All-Star
I
game.
didn't even think about that, but you're
Right?
right. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then they're still saying, well, it was racist. A lot of don't do it, blah, 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 blah. And then after the game got moved to Colorado and their economy went down a little bit because there's no fans coming.
Yep.
Then the people in charge, Stacey Abrams, is like, well, no, that really wasn't fair because now Atlanta didn't get any money. Well, hell no, they did because you told them to move the game and they moved the game.
Yeah.
Quit bitching. You're the one that cost it. Quit bitching. But anyway, I digress. Let's go to the Central and the Chicago Cubs.
Cubbies.
That's a shock that the Cubs are in first place.
But hey, Bob, let's be honest. We're all a little Cub fans. Everybody's a little Cub fan.
Harry Carey and the Cubs.
Everybody's a little Cub fan.
Yeah.
We all want the losers to win once.
Absolutely. You want the Cubbies, and the Cubbies did win.
Andre,
Cubbies did win.
Are you a Cubbies fan a little bit, right?
Only when they play the Dodgers.
Oh hell no!
What's that? Wait, I got two favorite teams, right? I got the Dodgers and anyone who's playing the Giants.
No, I heard this already.
I was going to throw a curve in there, but Andre was with that guy that brought the goat into the stadium.
Yeah, Andre was there.
Thank you.
Yeah, Andre was there. All right, let's just
when the Cubs lost the first game. And Pirates created that curse.
They're where they belong.
Pirates are where they belong. Let's get to the National League West. Let's just get it over with. Best record in baseball.
Yeah. Well, you could say that now, but a week ago was the Giants.
Oh, what's the Giants? Giants were in first place going into the weekend.
Yeah.
But the weekend's over.
The weekend's over.
The weekend is over.
Now the Dodgers are in first place.
What do you see here, Bob?
I'm not mad at that.
I know you're a Dodgers fan. And we're a Giants fan, but what do you see happening here at the end of this tour?
I am going to stay with my thoughts when the season started. And you can go back and find the tape of the predictions.
I will.
I was the only guy on this show who said the Giants will make the playoffs.
Yeah, you did. You're right, Andre. He did say that. He did say the Giants would make the playoffs.
The Giants are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're playing good baseball. They're catching the ball. They're throwing the ball, and they're getting timely hitting. The Giants will be there till the end. The Giants will make the playoffs.
Yeah, I like that.
Dodgers will win the World Series.
I was waiting for the Dodgers. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Second that opinion.
It seems like it's going to be, and you're right. They're playing good baseball. They're playing fundamental baseball, which is just move the runners around.
They got great pitching.
Yeah, great pitching.
Yeah.
You know what? I just, I don't know for the life of me why I didn't realize what happened to Lincecum at the end of his career. I don't know. Maybe I think that was about the time I kind of stopped watching baseball and started focusing on other things, marriage. And, but I watched a documentary about him the other day, and it was a really great documentary about his mechanics.
His mechanics.
Yeah. And it was a great documentary. And if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. He wound up in Seattle.
Yeah. It's a great one. It's as Giants fans, we were just elated. It's 2-time Cy Young Award winner, a guy that no one thought had the capabilities of moving on and being such a great pitcher, and then just poor mechanics, and everyone just warned him.
Yeah, right before he got called up to the Giants, me and my buddy Dave Victorino were in Fresno. We were at a AAA game because the Fresno Grizzlies were the Giants AAA.
Yeah,
it was a doubleheader, and Lincecum's pitching. He was on a very strict pitch count.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure if you guys were in the minor leagues. If you're playing a doubleheader, you're only playing 7 innings, not 9.
Yeah.
So it's top of 7. They're playing round rock. He strikes out the first 2 batters, and here comes the coach. And we're like, what's he doing? He goes, the guy next to me goes, he's on an 85 count pitch count. He's at 86. They're going to pull him.
Yeah.
He's throwing a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Relief pitcher comes in, batter steps up, base hit. There goes the no-hitter. You know what, though? Okay, Andre.
How's that work, though, Bob? Seriously, because I always wondered
that doesn't.
How's that work? Now, if he would have came in and struck him out and got the out, does Lindstrom still get the no-hitter?
Yes, he does.
It doesn't go to the reliever?
Nope. Because he pitched 5 innings and he was pitcher of record.
Okay. Oh, that's
because you only have to pitch 5 innings because there was a kid who pitched for the Modesto A's who came up to the Oakland A's in 1981 or 82. His name is Mike Warren. Mike Warren threw 5 innings of no-hit baseball. 4 relievers came in and finished it out. Mike Warren got credit with it.
See, that's what I was thinking too, because I was thinking, okay, if the one guy, but back then it was all about specialties.
Yes.
Bring the left-hander, bring the right-hander, bring the left-hander back in, bring the right-hander. Yeah. I always wondered, does he still get? I knew he still gets the win
as long as he is the pitcher of record after 5 innings.
Well, I always wondered how that worked out.
Go ahead.
I always thought it was the pitcher gets credit for the win
and the no-hitter.
And the no-hitter.
But if the other guy gave up the hit, the other guy's charged for the hit, not the pitcher.
Right. If somebody else gives up a hit, it's no longer a no-hitter.
As long as there wasn't a runner on base, so the runner on base will always go towards the pitcher.
Right. But
the hit, but the hit goes to the pitcher that pitched that ball.
But if there is a hit, regardless who gave up the hit, the no-hitter's over.
It's over. Yeah.
You don't get credit for a no-hitter.
True. That's okay. You're right about that.
Yeah.
The no-hit is over.
But the relief pitcher came in and gave up a hit, so there goes the no-hitter.
Yeah.
But Andre, I have a question for you because it's a very important piece of trivia.
Go.
Name the player who broke up 81 no-hitters.
81.
I think I know who it
no
is.
hits?
Is he Filipino?
No.
Let's see. 81 no hits. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Name the pitcher who broke up 81 no-hitters.
I know it, Bob.
You looked it up.
Don Drysdale.
Oh, wait. Can I give him a little hint?
Absolutely.
Oakland A's.
Yep.
Okay.
Raleigh. No, Blue Moon. Vita Blue.
Nope.
No. I'll give you a hint number 2. Stolen bases.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Ricky Henderson.
Oh man, I was gonna say Kenny
How
Powell.
did he give up?
He had 81
no hits.
He had 81 leadoff home runs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's amazing.
He was great.
Yes,
and
81.
That brings up 81 no
He was
hits.
from the A's?
Yeah, because it's leadoff. He's the first batter.
Yeah, he's the first batter.
Yeah. So what does that have to do with the?
There's no hitters after that.
He didn't hit 81. He didn't hit 81 home runs in one season.
No. I didn't say one season. Lifetime.
Yeah,
he holds a record for breaking up 81 no hitters.
No one else has done that many numbers as a leadoff hitter.
81 leadoff home runs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
First batter up, home run. Bam. Broke up the no hitter and the shutout.
That's what's special about it. It's not. It's not just
like see how you're
even an infield home run.
Way you explained it there, I can see why.
But see, Andre, I'm like,
I can see why.
I'm like going like Barry Bonds, no. Hank Aaron, no. Willie Mays, no. And then my cousin goes Ricky Henderson. I go, shit, 81 leadoff home runs.
Yeah. Let's go. We got like 20 minutes here. We're gonna go to Ray. Ray.
What's going on, John?
Tell Desiree, my internet boob or dispatch boob, that be quiet right now.
Gotcha.
All right. I wanted to get a little bit of insight on your hopes and dreams for the Raiders this year and before the fantasy football. Get it all out. And, by the way, Mr. Sharp.
Yes.
We need to welcome Mr. Ray. He will be in our league this year. He'll be both leagues. He'll be in the work league and our other league. And he's already trash talking at work the other day.
Bring it, pal.
He's about taking it all.
Who dropped out of our league?
We're going to get rid of somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's I won't name names, but there are people that don't participate every week, and they're going to be gone.
I got you.
So I wanted this year to be our league, for our show. I want it to be people that are going to put the effort in every week and make changes to their lineup every week and not go, oh shit, it was an off day. We're gonna do that. But go ahead, Ray. I mean, what are your expectations? What are you looking forward to this year, as far as the Raiders and both fantasy leagues?
Okay, first to address the Raiders. Look, last year I was very overly optimistic, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the first to admit that, right? It's not like we had a quarterback that proved anything. It's not like he's won playoff games or even made it to the Super Bowl, nothing like that. So I was, and we had a head coach that was a first time true timer. We had no true running back. There's a lot of pieces just
Bob,
missing.
take over the show.
I was very again, over optimistic and confident. I thought we had a good chance. I thought we might have had, maybe even able to go positive, go 9-8 or 10-7. But again, that was just over optimism. But this year, with everything that we've done in the offseason, not just the draft, but if you look at our offseason as a whole, I personally think that we had one of the top 3 most best off seasons as an organization.
Okay.
We got an actual head coach that's a proven head coach and most likely an eventual Hall of Fame coach. We have the most paid offensive coordinator that just won a title in college, national championship. And now we have a quarterback that provides stability for the next 2 to 3 years, that at least plays at least average 16th to maybe even 14th top quarterback, which is so much better when you compare it to like that bottom 3 quarterback play that we had last year. So that's what we did in the offseason with the staff and the quarterback position. Then you look at the draft. Okay. I was not sure where we were going to go with this, but all of you knew what I wanted. There's multiple things that I wasn't really happy with, but you guys knew what I wanted. I wanted Ashton Genty, and I was trying not to, be too sold all in on one person, one pick, one player. But there's something about Ashton that I was just excited about, and I was hoping for. We get Ashton Genty, one of the best prospects to come out since Saquon Barkley. Okay. And I think this guy is just going to be an immediate top 5, top 6 running back in the league. And I can't wait to see what he can do. I think we have an underrated, not that we have like a top 10 by any means offensive line, but I think we have an underrated, good enough offensive line compared to what the Seahawks had last year. Geno Smith was playing under a bottom 4 offensive line last year. Now he's going to be playing with at least, anywhere between like that 20 to 16 range. That's at least a good improvement for him.
Yeah.
So with Genty in the first round, I was like, okay, where do we go next? You get Jack Besh in the second round, a very physical 6'1" wide receiver who changed from a tight end to wide receiver, who only dropped 1 pass last year in a 1,000-yard season, and who only dropped 4 balls his whole college career. This guy is another Jacoby Myers who plays more physical. And you think about what he and Brock can do on the inside. Oh my gosh, it's going to be nasty. They're going to be able to easily beat their man, get the ball, and they are yards after the catch type of players. So they're going to eat in the inside. Then we get a 3rd round corner who is a Pete Carroll type guy, 6'3", 210, 215, lanky, he's done it with Tariq Woolen, Richard Sherman, guys that's reverted from receiver to corners who have these measurables. So hopefully he can be a starter with our corners. And then you see in the 4th round, we take another receiver and Dante Thornton Jr. This man is 6'5", 215 pounds, who runs a 4.3. So we're going to be physical, close. And if you keep going on the inside for Brock or for Jack Besh, you're going to have either Trey Tucker or Thornton just take the top off. And I'm very excited what this offense can do, because last year, knowing the terrible offensive coordinator we had, the lack of time management and understanding with our head coach, So there's a lot of new pieces and new run game. The addition of Raheem Mostert as our secondary. You got a guy that's going to pound the ball in a speedster. It's going to be a very exciting team to watch.
All right, Andre, how the Niners look to you right now?
Well, right now they look like they're in a rebuilding season. Obviously, we gotta hope that these rookie draft that we got, because we didn't get any from what I know, we didn't get any free agencies or that's about it. Free agencies or what's the other word besides free agencies?
Undrafted.
Undrafted. Undrafted. Yeah, but so far we don't have any undrafted because we don't know. That depends on the training. But I'm hoping.
Let me ask you. Well, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you finish.
No, I finished.
All right. John showed me an interesting. John showed me an interesting.
You're not reading that.
An interesting fact before we started the show. The Super Bowl odds. No, you're good, John.
Okay.
The Super Bowl odds. The Niners are 13-1. The Rams are 20-1.
Yeah, crazy.
So everybody is giving the Niners a better chance to win the Super Bowl than the Rams.
What? Wait, Bob.
Yeah, Ray. It's crazy.
Yes, 2025.
The odds on the 20. The odds on who's going to win the 2026 Super Bowl. The Niners have better odds than the Rams.
Personally,
dude, it's crazy.
I don't agree with I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying that's a big stretch by any means. I'm not.
No, we're gonna show it right here.
We're gonna show you right here.
Wow.
Here it is. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Me and Bob looked at each other like,
Philadelphia is the favorite. So is Kansas City. The Ravens are next. Buffalo, Detroit, then San Francisco.
13.
Wow.
The Washington Commanders are favored to win the Super Bowl more than the Rams are.
Yeah.
It's Cincinnati Bengals.
Having the Niners over the Commanders, Bengals, and Rams is crazy,
right?
And
so So who'd you say you're gonna vote on? Who's?
Well, I want the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
You want the Rams?
If you will put it like,
this is just the betting odds, right?
Yeah, it's the betting odds. So if you were to pay the $1 for the Rams to win, you would win 200 to 200.
All right. So John and I were talking about this story. 1999. I'm in Reno before the season starts.
It's a good year.
I'm up there working, and the Rams are 200 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. I got like $100 in my pocket. I ain't doing nothing with, but unfortunately, I had to go run our sales route, and the sports book didn't open until 10 o'clock. So I didn't get to place that bet. 3 weeks later, I'm at a casino. I had just hit a 4-game parlay, and the Rams are, even though they're 3-0, are still 200 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. I should have put some money down because the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Damn.
$100 bet would have got you $20,000.
Wow.
Yes.
That would have been a big payday right there.
Dude, I don't care who the last place team is. Like the Tennessee Titans are 201. Go to Reno or Vegas or Tahoe.
$20,
and
man.
put $20 down. That's $4,000.
Yeah.
Ooh, I might do that.
I can't wait till we get into projections and schedules because it's gonna be fun talking about the betting odds and everything.
The Raiders are 100 to 1. So if you put $20 down, that's $2,000.
Yeah, there you go.
For what for the? Is this specifically for the Super Bowl?
Yes, to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. So if you put $1, you said you win what, $2,000?
$100.
$100.
Oh, $1 is $100? Okay.
Yeah, it's 100. It's 100 to 1.
100
so for every dollar you bet, you multiply that by 100.
Ray, I got 20
So
on it. Ray, let's go for the
2K?
Raiders.
20 is 2K.
Yeah, 20 is 2K.
Let's
You got
go.
an extra 20 burning a hole in your pocket?
200
Let's
is
go.
20.
Let's all throw in.
You know
Let's
what?
go.
Hey, Ray.
$200.
Hey, check it out.
Go ahead,
You don't have to go to Reno. You could do it online.
You can do it online.
Right. You're right, Andre.
Also, keep in mind, Ray, Bertha's going to Vegas, so I think we should all hit Bertha with some money for.
I
got $20 on my radar.
You know what? I might.
Bertha standing in line.
I might. You know, I might give her like $20 or maybe $50 for the Rams. $50 is $1,000.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
There you go. Or we could do it online.
When's she going to Bertha? When's she going to Vegas?
She's supposed to go. When is she going, Ray? Or is she still going?
I don't know. I just remember it was sometime this year. So the next
sometime this year she's supposed to go.
Maybe in the summer. So like next 3 months, 2-3 months.
It's so fucking hot during the day in the summer.
Oh yeah, but it's fun this summertime because you can walk around at night and.
Walk around at night. Oh. Because
you know you sleep until 1 in the afternoon.
It's more fun to walk down the strip and watch people.
Yeah.
Get yourself a big old drink, go sit in front of the Treasure Island and watch people walk by you. You will have like the best 5 hours of your life.
People watching in Vegas is fucking.
You're in Vegas. You're in Vegas. You go to Fremont.
Yes, Fremont Street.
Underneath the domey thing.
And
stay there and watch the people go back and forth.
Yeah, we were down on Fremont Street, and
that's
I think
downtown Vegas, right?
Yeah, the old strip.
Yeah, that's
we had this older dealer and playing blackjack, and me and my buddy Dave are having a great time. And no, I'm good.
Okay,
we keep winning because he keeps letting us win. Because the dealers, come on,
doing that.
They have dealers called coolers who will stop every win streak. They'll bring in a new dealer. But this guy's, we're having fun. We're drinking. He's, we're not winning a lot of money, but we're winning and happy. So we keep, tipping and stuff. And that guy was just fantastic. But the best part, and I'll be quick and end this story. My buddy Dave, we were down for a softball tournament, and we had won a tournament in Northern California to get to Vegas to play in this national tournament. So Dave made this big gaudy $5,000 cocktail ring that said Northern California champions on it. And it's just gaudy. It's just big and gaudy. So we're like walking back to get a cab to go back to our hotel. And this black guy walks up. I know what he wants, right? Usually guys like that want money. They want money. Hey, you got $5 or whatever. So the guy walks up, and my buddy Dave is 5'5". At that time, he was probably 360 pounds. Okay, 5'5", 360. So the guy walks up, sees Dave's ring, and he goes, "Oh man, where'd you get that ring? God damn, that's a nice ring. Oh shit, where'd you get that ring?" And Dave, swear to God, looks at the guy in the face and he goes, "This is for when I played in the USFL for the Oakland Invaders and we won the world championship." Guy goes, "No shit, man. What'd you do? What position did you play?" And Dave is lying. He goes, "Offensive line and punter."
Oh, God.
Punter. The guy's 5'5".
Yeah, that works.
360 pounds.
Oh no, that doesn't work.
I was the punter. And the black dude is like, "Oh man, I remember you. Oh shit, you was that little fat dude who would kick the ball a mile. God damn, you was good. Jesus, man, I don't know why you didn't want to go to NFL, man, because you could kick the ball. You were fantastic. You kicked the ball. Oh my God." And I'm looking at Dave going, whatever this dude asked you for, he earned it. Give it to him. And the guy goes, "By the way, man, you got $10 I can have?" Dave, give the man the money. He earned it. Okay. But yeah, that was awesome.
All right, guys, we are done with the sports show. Thank you, everyone. Andre, it's good to have you back. I'm glad you had a fun vacation. You got dirty, you got drunk, you had fun. What else did you do on that? We'll stay.
Yeah, well, Andre, you know what? I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you had a great time. I'm disappointed that there was no beach pictures from St. Martin. Okay,
beach pictures.
That's because I was sick. I couldn't take.
Are you trying to get him in trouble?
I am trying to get him in trouble.
Trying to get him in trouble. All right, everybody. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you, everybody, over Twitter. Guys, there's a link there on Twitter. There's a lot of you on Twitter. If you want us to see your comments, you have to go to the YouTube channel. Head on over there and subscribe to the channel. And we love answering your guys' questions. And we will be back next week. And I don't know what the topics will be. Who knows?
I remember you said something about a quiz.
Yeah, yes. We're thinking trivia. We're thinking
Trivia, there you go,
a trivia quiz.
Trivia quiz.
I'll make it fair. I know Ray's the youngest one here, but Ray's got a lot of knowledge.
Ray does have a lot of
He's
knowledge.
he's got a lot of knowledge. He's an old soul.
Right.
He's an old soul.
Yes.
So I might throw in some music questions. You know.
There you go.
You know, you never know.
All right. Cool.
All right, gentlemen, everybody, look into the camera and say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.